Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash, double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to the men on the highways and the byways that are pushing out this word and truth and sincerity, and to the remnant men, women, and children of the elect. To you all I say Shalom. My name is Ahmawan Ahyash, and I'm back with another lesson through the power and the spread of Yahawashi. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I just wanted to, read this article. If you're in New York City, if you've been, if you've heard today in New York City, the air quality has been compromised by these so-called wildfires that are coming down from Canada, which is something that we experienced a couple years ago. Which, us men of this faith, we're skeptical about everything that Esau says. And, while there may very well be wildfires in Canada, everything this man says and he reports on, you got to take with a grain of salt, man, because he's just a devil. And there's always a bigger plan or agenda to the things that we see in the news and things that they make a big deal out of. You know what I mean? So you got to be very careful with this man. But, more, not necessarily more importantly, but, the fact that, with the air quality being bad and the smoke and looking crazy outside like a dark cloud and it just looking the way it looks, man, it puts you in a certain spirit. It puts you in the spirit when you're thinking to yourself, man, it makes you, we're already looking towards the end time. We're looking towards, that event that takes place where all hell breaks loose. And the society is turned upside down. Anarchy, chaos, looting, lack of bread. People absolutely losing their minds because of the breakdown of society. Okay, the collapse of the dollar, lack of bread, gas prices, hyperinflation, all these calamities that are going to take place, we're looking forward to. Okay, so we're already in the spirit at the end time. But when you look up in the sky and you see a dark cloud because of smoke, it just puts you in that spirit. It says here, this is an article I want to read real quick just to kind of give some context. News from Newsweek.com. It says New York is told to stay inside, skip dog walks as heat and wildfires combine. All right, so there's a heat wave also in New York right now as well. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, again, you have to, hey man, this guy's the devil. You gotta look at these things in totality, right? You have to look at these things in totality, man, and take it for what it is, man, because it reminds you of anytime you read something that says you told to stay inside, what does that remind you of? C19. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's always some sort of hidden agenda that he got you. This man wants people to stay inside. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he don't give a damn about your health or the air quality or nothing. Right? But yeah, man. So it says skip dog walks as heat and wildfires combine. It says New Yorkers are being urged to stay indoors, limit outdoor activity, and even postpone routine activities such as dog walks, as a dangerous combination of extreme heat and Canadian wildfire smoke pushes air pollution to unhealthy levels across the state. And people are having to shut things down. I got a friend of mine who holds a camp for kids outside, and I got notified that he had to cancel his camp because of the air quality in schools, different summer schools, events, and things that's going on outside. Man, everybody had to shut it down because of this. This shit is wild, man. It says, it says, an air quality health advisory remains in effect across New York after smoke of hundreds of wildfires burning in Canada drifted southward, blanketing parts of the state in haze and driving up concentrations of fine particulate pollution known as PM 2.5. The National Weather Service has warned that the smoky conditions are arriving at the same time as a heat wave that has pushed temperatures close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit and heat index values above 100 in parts of the New York City region. All right, so let me see. It says the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation and Department of Health expanded air quality advisory statewide as smoke spread eastward, with the greatest impacts forecast in western New York, central New York, and eastern Lake Ontario region. New York City, Long Island, the lower Hudson Valley, and other downstate regions were forecast to experience air quality conditions considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. You know, people that have, you know, asthma issues, things of that nature. It could be unhealthy for them. People already have pre-existing conditions. You might not want to be outside because of that. While some upstate regions reached the more severe unhealthy category, through Thursday, New York City Emergency Management is predicting the air quality readings in New York City could reach unhealthy levels, with forecasts suggesting the air quality index, or the AQI, could climb to around 200, a level at which everyone, not just vulnerable groups, may experience adverse health effects. All right. It says here, what is the health risk? According to forecasters and health officials, fine particle pollution from wildfire smoke can trigger coughing, dizziness, fatigue, and shortness of breath, while worsening asthma, heart disease, and other chronic conditions. All right. So this is, you know, this is something that could turn into something very serious, especially if you're consuming this smoke. You know, it could have an effect on your breathing, on your lungs, and you know, not be good for you, you know. But again, all of these things we take as a sign of the times. We know we're nowhere at the end. We know we're at the end. Okay. Before I get 2 Ezra 9, this is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. I just love reading this. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watching the prayer. Okay? Be ye therefore sober, because all things are, the end of all things are at hand. Right? So be sober minded. Okay? Remove things out of your mind that'll have you drunk off the philosophies of this world, and have you not thinking towards, and have you not thinking spiritual. Right? At the end of the day, it's all about being prophetic with your thoughts, man. It's about prophecy. We ain't thinking about shit but prophecy, man, and getting the hell out of here, man. We don't want to live in a world where it's goddamn smoke in the air and you can't even go outside, man. Come on, man. That's crazy, man. You can't even go outside because of the smoke, the air quality. This man's the goddamn devil. It's vexing even saying those, uttering those words, man. Talking about you got to stay inside because the air quality is, your health is at risk. Who the fuck wants to live here in this world, man, with these type of things going on? You know, the end of all things is at hand, man. Watch under, hey, man, be sober and watch under prayer, man. We gotta stay prayed up around this devil, cause he going at every turn, he gonna have something ready and prepared to try to take your ass out, man. This man don't got no sense of humanity. This man don't got no care, regard for life. You know? We'll go to 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt know that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And this is the sign that Yahawashi is near. All these things happen, Esau coming down, just the earth being destroyed the way it is. You know, this inner collapsing of this society, man, that's a sign that Yahawashi is near. And good, man, because we need the Lord, man. We need deliverance from this place, man. We need deliverance from this devil. It says, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which are coming, because this place is going to collapse. The dollar is going to collapse. This economy is going to collapse. The functionality of this government is going to collapse. There's going to be infighting. Okay? And the scriptures say, how shall a kingdom stand? Right? If there's, what's it say? How does it say it? Slakia. It's a little late, so my mind is I'm on overdrive right now. Matter of fact, let me just get it. I'll come back to 2nd Ezra 9. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12. Is it? 12 and 25. It says, and Yahawashi knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And that's what we're going to see. A house divided against itself is going to crumble from within. Okay? Because people are getting sick of Esau, man, of this devil. And at some point, they're going to see that and it's happening slowly but surely. Their so-called liberties and freedoms are being stripped from them. Okay? And this ain't the America that they once knew, that they fell in love with. So people are going to fight for their rights at some point. It's going to get that bad. Okay? Esau with his draconian measures, his draconian laws, his unjust system. It's only a matter of time before people start to rebel. Civil war. Right? There's movies that come out about this stuff, man. All right, and it says, if Satan shall cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? How shall his kingdom stand if he's divided against himself? All right, and that's what we're going to experience. That's what this world is going to experience, not us. Because Lord willing, we're part of the Lord's elect, and we get delivered. We're safe from this. Psalms 91. Okay. We abide in this word, man. All right, the secret place in this truth. And we believe in the power and the spirit of Yahawashi and being covered by the only covering that's worth a damn. Slakia, that's worth anything, as being in this truth, man. 2nd Ezra, back in 2nd Ezra 9, verse 4. Then thou shalt understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before, even from the beginning. All right. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Yeah, the end is manifest. The end is right in front of us. The Lord is bringing this place to a close, and it's manifesting itself right in front of our eyes. Ain't nothing left for this place. What else can be done here, man? This man, he got everything. He owns everything. He has the influence over everything. All right. At the end of the day, his time is up, man. Right? The triumph for the wicked is short. It's just about done, Esau. You just about done, devil. All right. It says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works, by faith, whereby you believe. Right? That's what it comes down to, man. The ones that shall be saved, you're going to be saved by your faith, your works, okay, and your belief, man. Ain't no other way to get out of here, man. Ain't no super jakes. It ain't gonna happen, man. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to have Slaki. You're gonna have to have a high level of faith in a true one and only living power, Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi. That's the only way out of here. That's the only way to escape these judgments that are coming. You can forget it if you're thinking of anything else. All right, it says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils. All right, should be preserved from the said perils. Okay, because these perils are inevitable. All hell break, anarchy. Okay, Jacob's trouble, in time like never seen before on the earth. Okay, the Lord about to get creative with his judgments. Those said perils. And shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. And there's torments coming to this place. Okay? For 2/3, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and for the wicked, the Esau Edom, okay, the Edomites, and for you heathen nations, torments are coming. And good. That's what this world deserves, man. To be tormented. Because it's a shit show here, man. It's nothing but evil surrounding us. All right? We just get this in Luke real quick. And I'll close this out. Luke 21, it says, and this shall be, you see what it says in the caption, the return of Hamashiach, Yahawashi. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexities, the sea and the waves roaring, right? So signs in the skies, man, right? You will see clouds of smoke, dark clouds of smoke from you know, from all types of hell breaking loose, whether it's wildfires, whether it's explosions, whether it's whatever, man. You're going to see chariots in the air, blood moons. All right? Solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, all types of things, man. The Lord's going to show us. These are the signs of the time, signs of the end time. All right? It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. All right? Men's heart failing themselves. It's like men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right? So men's hearts are going to be failing them from the things that they're going to see. Chariots, laser beams. Okay? Again, the Lord's about to get creative. And men's hearts are going to be failing themselves, for the power of Yahawashi is going to be shown on this earth. And it's going to be things that have never been seen to man's eyes. All right? Look in the NOT, Luke 21 and 26. It said, people will be terrified at what they see coming upon the earth, for the powers in the heaven will be shaken. All right? Lord ain't playing. Why? Verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud, which is a chariot, with power and great glory. Okay? And people aren't prepared for that. Okay? People think they're prepared for that, but it's going to be a rude awakening when they see Lord, our Lord and Savior, Yahawashi, a huge, dark-skinned Jake, okay, coming in a monster, it's like it, not a monster, a huge spaceship, so to speak, a chariot, man, okay? People ain't gonna know or understand what's happening, okay? Because it's gonna be something that they're not ready for, they're not prepared for, right? Only the men of the Lord have an expectation, okay? Somewhat of an expectation of what we'll see in that day, all right? Verse 28 says, and when these things shall come to pass, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh, okay? And we need to be redeemed. Okay, brought back. Our redemption, man, will be our salvation, man. It's that time. Okay, it's that time. Salvation is nigh, man. All right, so with that, I'm going to end it there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.